Good day, viewers. You're welcome to another episode of Tommy Talks Legal, where we bring the law to you in the language that you will understand. So today I'll be talking about partnership and the pitfalls to avoid when entering into a partnership business. But before I continue, I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the like button and share very generously with your audience. If you're interested in business partnership, I will advise you to properly watch this video to the end. And in the comment section, there is going to be a book for you to guide you or give you step-to-step guidance on how to create a business partnership. And in that book is also written a partnership agreement template for my viewers that like to do it yourself, that would help you in creating a standard partnership agreement for your partnership business. So, what is partnership? Partnership is when two or more individuals come together with the sole aim of creating, owning, managing, and growing a business for the sole purpose of making profits, of making money. Nobody wants to go into business, right, without making money or making returns from their investments. So what are the types of partnership that we have? According to Kama, we have two types of partnership: the limited partnership and the limited liability partnership. For you to understand this better, it will be advisable to get your lawyer to let you know the kind of partnership arrangement that will be suitable for your business. Before I go ahead, I have noticed that a lot of people, cannot or do not know the difference between partnership and joint venture to partnership and investments. So I will be doing you the favor, doing you the good of letting you know the difference between these two vehicles. Now, partnership happens only between two individuals, or individuals rather, to carry on business. Now, when I say individual, I mean natural persons. Well, usually joint venture usually happens between two entities. When I say two entities, I mean a company and a company coming together or collaborating together to carry on a project. Well, business partnership does not necessarily have to do with a particular project, or does not have to do with a particular project. It means both parties, carrying on business together through the lifespan, of that business. While joint venture only has to do with a project. So sometimes joint venture could happen between a company and a company and an individual. But for partnership, individuals have to be involved, and seldomly, a business or an entity or a company can partner or come together with a business or with an individual to form another company, to carry on business. I hope I've been able to differentiate in little terms, or, for you to understand the difference between a joint venture and a business partnership. While for a business partnership and an investor or an investment, and a business partnership has to do with two parties, coming together to carry on business. While investment means an individual investing or putting money into a business for the sole aim of getting back returns. They are not involved. The investor is not involved in owning. The investor is not involved in managing. The investor is not involved in creating. The investor is not involved in growing. And when I mention those four terms, it means, actively participating in creating, in owning, in growing, in managing that business. The four elements that make partnership what it is when you create together, you own together, you manage together, and you grow together. Now, when you have this in mind, you begin to wonder, it puts upon a partner or each partners or you having an individuals, with the same mindset, with the same vision to carry on a business. So when you think about partnership, what do you need to put in proper perspective in order not to start and not end well? The Bible says better is the end of a thing thereof than the beginning. But for you to have a better ending, it is important that your beginning must start well, because your beginning will determine how you would finish. Because of this, I have decided to create the partnership business into 3 phases in order to enable a potential business partner to know what to look out for when entering into a partnership business. Number 1 phase or stage that a business partner needs to consider, or an individual needs to consider before going into partnership, is pre-partnership phase. I told you earlier that I divided partnership into 3 phases. The pre-partnership phase. Number 2, the in-partnership phase. Number 3, the post-partnership phase. Now, the Bible talks about, does anyone want to build a house without first of all considering the cost? Now, this is the cost that you need to put into consideration before entering into partnership with anyone. And what is this cost that I've mentioned? The pre-partnership phase, the in-partnership phase, and the post-partnership phase. When you have had a proper perspective of these 3 phases, it will enable you to know how to go about, or what to do, or pitfalls to avoid when entering into partnership with anyone. It would also help you to know the kind of person to enter into a partnership arrangement or into a partnership business with, because the person you carry along into your partnership business or into your business partnership will determine how far that business would go. Now, in the pre-partnership phase, what are the things you need to consider? Number 1, you need to consider your technical know-how. You need to consider the resources that you have. You need to consider the kind of business that you have, or that you want to do rather. You also have to consider, who can I work with to create this business? Or why do I need this person that I have in mind to join me in this business? Now, what do you now need to consider in the in-partnership phase? You need to consider how you're going to run the business. How is this business going to be managed? Am I going to employ? At what point will I be employing people or bringing staffs into this business? What are the mode of operations that we are going to take in this business? What kind of business partnership do I want to go to? Or do I want to create according to Kama? Do I want to create a limited liability partnership or a limited partnership? Now, you also have to consider what the post-partnership phase. Now, the post-partnership phase should entail your entry procedure and exit procedure. Now, anything that has a beginning must have an end. So if people are coming in, you must also create a procedure where people can exit. Peradventure, you bring in a partner who works with you for 10 years and decides that, oh, I want to retire, but I want to put my money, I will still want to leave my investment or my money into this business. What is going to be the terms and condition? Or what is going to be the exit procedure? One other thing that you also need to consider is dispute resolution mechanisms. So when there is dispute internally or externally, what are the mechanisms or the approach that will be taken in settling those disputes? You need to have proper grasp of these 3 phases before you enter into any partnership business with anyone. Now, when you've properly considered this phase, one pitfall I would tell you to avoid is, don't go into your partnership without involving your lawyer. Me being a due diligence expert or a due diligence lawyer, I would always say, before you do anything, get your lawyer involved. In short, get your lawyer involved with everything that you need to do, especially when it comes to your investment or it comes to your money. I would always say your money is your blood. Your money is your sweat. Your money is your investment, and you do not want to carelessly throw away that money. So therefore, you always have to bring your lawyer on board for every of your investments in order to properly protect your investment. One other thing I remember that you need to consider in your when considering partnership or for the exit procedure is ensure that you think of a succession plan. Peradventure a partner dies, what happens to the investment of this partner? It has to be stated in your partnership agreement. So when you have brought your lawyer on board, then your lawyer has a full grasp of the kind of business that you want to do, and you have properly both considered the intricacies. Ensure that before you go ahead to meet anyone to share your idea, after properly thinking it through and deciding on whom you want to approach, ensure that there is a non-disclosure agreement on ground for that prospective partner that you have in mind. Why did I say you should have a non-disclosure agreement on ground? Ideas are money. So when you want to approach someone, you are not sure whether they're going to buy into your idea or not. And we have had a lot of instances where people steal another person's idea and run with it. And because your idea is your money, you need to protect it. So before you share it with a prospective partner, ensure that there is a non-disclosure agreement in place for that prospective partner to sign before you go ahead and divulge or share your business idea with this partner. Now, for a business partnership, when you have decided, oh, I've shared this idea with this person, and this person says, oh, this is great, I would like to, be a part of this. Ensure that business idea or the terms and conditions of that partnership is written in black and white in a partnership agreement. Never you go into business with anyone without a partnership agreement. The partnership agreement will set the tone for the transaction. It will put each partner in proper light, in proper perspective, in proper position. Partners will understand their positions. It will be stated there, oh, this is what this partner is contributing to the success of the business. So that when there are issues, you have your partnership agreement to look into. Now, what will I call a partnership agreement to a business partnership? Your partnership agreement is your Bible. So when there are issues, parties can come together and look at the agreement to determine the way to go. So when you have properly drafted your agreement, then you can now decide, let us go ahead and register this business. Do not register or put any business partner in your incorporation document without the partnership agreement. When you have done this, it will set the tone all through the lifetime of the business. If this tips has been helpful to you, please, once again, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the like button, and share generously with your audience. If you have further questions, comment or observations to make, please drop it to the comment section, as I will be there to answer you. Thank you, and see you in another video.